wanted to hop on here to remind you all that, and this is a message for everybody, but I'm sure it will ring for some people louder than others, but healing is not linear, and that it's okay to allow other people in to help you with your healing, right? I feel like a lot of people will cry themselves to sleep, will drown away their misery in overconsumption of alcohol, of other poisons that you might find, that you dwell on the past, you dwell on the trauma, you dwell on the abuse or whatever you've been through, generally, specifically in like relationships and stuff like that. But you ask God for blessings. You ask God to send you, a real person. But then as soon as a real person shows up, as soon as somebody's actually at your doorstep showing you love and care, you turn your back, and you say, I'm not ready. You push them away, you ghost them, you're, emotionally unavailable. And it's not that you need to be ready to be in a romantic connection with somebody. It's perfectly normal, I think, to abstain from that after being through a traumatic event, but it's perfectly okay to share at least some details of what you've been through, and to allow a person to have the ability to be in your life as a friend first, and I think that you can be honest with them about what you're going through, about that it's difficult, because I know quite a few people that completely close off, emotionally, physically, and they actually, the more they feel, the more they close off. The more they actually might be emotionally drawn to somebody, the harder they close the door, the louder they shut the door and slam it right in their face. That there's people who come out of difficult relationships or marriages or whatever, and instead of allowing somebody to prove themselves to them, to show their worth, to be a friend first, to be considerate of their feelings and emotions and what they're going through, and be kind of there for them to help them heal on that path, they will entertain very shallow situations, and not even real friendships, just like meeting people, just simply, fun and done type of deals, until they're emotionally available. But you have to understand that every time you make your body available to an energy, to a person, you're making yourself vulnerable in much more ways than you think. You might think that, oh, it's just physical, but it's not. You're allowing, especially as a woman, you're allowing other energies into your body, into your spirit. They're interfering with you. And because you're not emotionally involved does not mean that it's not affecting your mental state. And so I think that it's better to, sometimes you have to wait for a person like that. Sometimes they aren't showing up. I don't have it. But sometimes it's better to allow somebody in who is truly there and understanding that they can be a friend, that they are available to be a friend, and you see how they go about their business. You see if they check on you. Because the people that are only there, for the physical aspect of something, even if they tell you they can be your friend, that they want to be friends, they're open to a friendship, they'll generally, after you don't give them the time of day to be physical, they kind of just fall off and they disappear, and then they show you their true colors kind of quite quickly. And the people that truly understand and still check on you and want to hang out with you, and it's not that they won't flirt if they're attracted to you, it's not that they probably maybe won't make attempts, but overall they're not disrespectful and they don't just leave, right? And I think that there's people also who completely like cut off all sensual interactions altogether as well. There's people who just choose to be celibate until whenever, and it's like years and decades, I don't know. And I think that's also not the healthiest thing, because I think as humans we're physical, and we are creatures that need attention and that need bonding, because if we weren't, we wouldn't kind of want to be in a pair with somebody. Even if it's not forever, or even if not everybody fits, we still want to bond with whoever it is that we're attracted to. It's not just physical, we fall in love and stuff like that. So it's in our nature to want to be held, to want some sort of emotional connection, to want intimacy. And I think that it's much more beautiful if you were to find a kind soul who's more like a friend, and there's a mutual understanding, but a mutual understanding that you're just not ready for anything else. And I mean, that also becomes kind of complicated in a way, but it also, because some people are like, well, I'm never going to get remarried, or I'm not going to be in a relationship for a long time. But I feel like women and men still require some sort of intimacy, and men hide it the most. To them, they say that they just want physical, or that's what they think. But I think that the men that chase after very physical situations, they do find themselves feeling kind of empty and bored when they lack actual intellectual compatibility and emotional compatibility and fulfillment with a person. And I think it's better not to block your blessings, because you decided for something, because generally, like, I'm a very healing energy. I love to help. I try to stay on top of people's birthdays, and I try to check up on people and see how they're doing. And it's not just mundane, and it's not maintenance for me. I truly genuinely care. Like, if I message you, it's because I'm thinking about you, and if I'm thinking about you, it means I care about you. And this could be on a friendly level or romantic level, it doesn't matter. Man, woman, it doesn't matter. Like, I care about you and I want to see you doing well, and so I check up on you. And generally, that's never been done to me. Like, I've never met people who do that to me. If they do, it's like very rare. And it's generally people who are just looking, to take it somewhere else, but not seriously. Not like a genuine care. I don't, because as soon as I kind of fall back or snowflake out of communication, they kind of just forget, you know what I mean? And that's fine. But what I'm saying is, because I'm genuinely a caring individual, I'm always checking up on people, right? And I want to see them doing well, and I want to make sure that they're doing okay. And when I do that, the amount of people who block my energy is crazy, you know what I mean? But it's not like I ever want or express like, I want to be in a relationship, I want to do this, I want to do that. No, I just want to be there as a human who cares about you. Like, sometimes I just want to, hear somebody's voice, see how they're doing, like, shoot the shit for a little bit. And it's crazy how many people block that because they went through something, and they don't entertain any kind of emotional connection, be it a friendship or something else. They just completely block it. And I think that's so unhealthy, because you need intimacy in your life. You need it to feel fulfilled, to feel complete as a person, to feel like somebody cares about you, somebody has love for you, whether it's romantic or, friendly. It doesn't really matter. Just, life is so much more beautiful when you have genuine connections in your life. And if the only people that the people that are going to reach out to you are only reaching out to you to have, some sort of relations with you that are not serious, or they're only kind of reaching out on their terms when they're ready, when they want something. It's so sad to move through life that way, to know that no one's actually caring about you just as a human, you know, regardless of anything else. Like, you might not be feeling well, like they won't check on you. They just won't. They don't care. And so if you're one of these people that has that actually is blessed, like lays down at night and asks God for blessings, asks for a blessing, asks God to hear you and to answer you and whatnot, and you reach with your hands to the sky and you fall asleep like crying and stuff, and a person shows up that actually wants to care about you, please don't block them. Please don't block the energy and the love that they want to give you. At least give them the space to care about you. You could explain, your truth to them. You can tell them that you're not ready for this, you're not ready for that, but at least accept their love and care for you. Because it's so beautiful to like wake up in the morning and go to bed at night knowing that somebody cares about you. It's truly rare, and it really is a blessing. And so if you're blessed with that, don't take advantage of that and don't block it, because those people probably just really want to be there for you. Okay, bye.